here
Ah,
sitting.
come on,
They already
I'm on
served the
time.
food.
You know I'm on time. I just want to make sure that everything's set up and ready to go.
Yeah, excuse. Oh, there he is. There is Jay. Here
All
we
right.
go.
I'll be right there.
Swirl Shavuot with Jay Buxbaum.
There you go. And
Gabe Geller.
Okay, you can hang up the phone. We're together already.
All right. Okay.
What do we got first?
Pizza, noodle.
Now we're here back at Cork and Slice.
That's right.
And I put on my tie because this is like the second night of Shavuos. And this is when we have our milchika meal,
Right.
dairy meal. And so we're going to have dairy foods, right? All kinds of good stuff. I see
I think
pizza,
the
and I
meal
see
early.
pasta.
It's very sunny. And
Yeah, really. And we got
It's the
fancy
second night of
glasses too,
Shavuos.
because it's Yontif.
Exactly. It's because it's
Right,
Yom
in
Tov.
honor
We
of
have
Yom Tov,
beautiful, elegant wine glasses.
And you picked the wines again, and I reviewed it with you, but the Cantina Giuliano, Cantina Giuliano, is really a fascinating story, which we can talk about perhaps another time. But tell me about the specific rosé. And
Okay.
while you're doing that, pour.
So this has been
you
one
know
of
what?
the.
I'll pour.
Okay,
do
you'll pour, and I'll do the talking.
Yeah.
So Cantina Giuliano has been, in the kosher market for the past few years, one of the cult rosé. People are always asking, when is it coming? When is it coming? When is it coming? So it's here, obviously. So this is a rosé from Tuscany. It's 85% Sangiovese and 15% Vermentino, which is a white variety. So there is 15% white wine in this rosé, which gives it, flavor.
So the Sangiovese was bled with very short skin contact, and then they added additional white wine, and it lightened it up, I'm guessing, a little bit more.
That's one of the two methods. I don't know if it's if it was bled, if it's a saignée, or if it's a direct to press. But either way, yes,
I already made the bracha, so we both did. So let's see what it's like. It's a little richer than most rosés, so I want to try it with some heavy cream pasta. Can you pass that over?
Absolutely. There we go.
Let's see. Oh, and it's got some mushrooms.
Mushrooms and spinach. Thank you, sir. Oh, there's truffle oil. Wow.
What I notice about this,
Food and wine.
if you take a look at the legs, which is the driplets, it's wine speak for the driplets, you'll see that it's extremely viscous, which would lend itself, and I do feel it in the mouth, a much thicker, richer mouthfeel, which is perfect or well suited for a richer pasta dish with a heavier cream and even mushrooms like we're experiencing now.
That's right. It's actually interesting that you mentioned that because, that makes sense. So, what the legs also indicate is the level of alcohol in the wine, and usually the higher the alcohol, the longer the legs in the glass linger and go down slowly. And in this particular case, as you pointed it out, the legs are quite significant, and there's 14% alcohol.
Wow.
Which is, a pretty relatively high
Relatively.
a relatively high degree of
I have to
alcohol
make fun
for
of your
rosé.
accent,
It's part
Otherwise-
of the show. If you don't do it,
It's like
it's not
we're
a
missing
swirl.
something, right?
That's right.
No, but to have a rosé
Delicious.
at over 14% alcohol, wow, this is a big wine.
It's not unheard of, and it does not surprise me. From Terra di Seta, they had their rosé, the Meshi,
Yeah.
which is also Sangiovese for the most part, and it's often at 14.5%. So they get some good ripeness there.
Okay, what's next up?
So next up, Herzog Lineage Sauvignon Blanc from Lake County, the Musquet clone.
Oh, this is from Lake County.
Yep.
So this is not from their, well, it is a state vineyard because they own this vineyard, right?
I think they do. I think it's the Jacobson Vineyard in Lake County. which is indeed an estate vineyard for
Like,
the Herzog
Aren't you
family.
going to have some?
Oh yes, sure. Thank you.
Tell me why they keep talking about. I mean, I know, but I hear it from an expert opinion. What is this whole thing about the musk clone?
So the Muscat clone, first of all, is the same clone that is typically used in Bordeaux. Bordeaux Sauvignon Blanc, the white wines from Bordeaux, and it's got a bit more of a restrained profile compared to, say, the Sauvignon Blanc that we get from New Zealand. That's a bit more tropical or a bit more fruity. This is a little bit more restrained, more the citrus, lemon type of fruit profile.
Also, it has not as much legs as the rosé, but still a good bit of legs on this one as well.
Yeah, that's
I'm just curious to see. The alcohol by volume is also 14.5%.
Yeah, that's not.
So it just shows you this is a serious wine for a serious dinner. We did the summer wines in the last swirl, and they were much lighter in alcohol. These are heavier so far, heavier in alcohol, and actually more suited for a richer fare.
I
What would you
couldn't agree
have?
more.
The regular or pizza with tomato sauce, or the pizza with mushroom?
I think I would go with the mushrooms and I guess that's either like some mozzarella or like some sort of
Here you go.
cream on top.
Ricotta.
Yeah, it's ricotta. There you go. So yeah, I totally agree. Something that's a little richer to go with the bigger body, yet retains great acidity to it. Whereas for the red wine that we'll have next, I think that the tomato with the basil is actually going to work quite well.
I would wonder if people are actually going to make pizza, gourmet pizza for their Yontif meal on Shavuot. I wonder. Why not, right?
Why not? It's gotten quite trendy. There's a lot of people I know who have their pizza oven. It's a great opportunity to fire up the pizza oven for Shavuot.
And it doesn't take a long time.
No, it doesn't take a long time because those ovens, they go up to, like, I think 700 degrees or 900 degrees or something crazy like that.
So you can start after dark and still have it ready within 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Or even less than that.
Oh, I love this.
It's delicious.
What is this white cheese again?
It's ricotta.
Ricotta.
Yeah.
Gives it a nice kick.
Love it, like the herbs, the mushrooms. It's delicious.
Now let's talk a little bit more about the wine.
Yeah. We mentioned before that it comes from Lake County, and I believe from specifically the Jacobson Vineyard, which was the first vineyard that the Herzog family purchased in Lake County, and the second vineyard that they purchased ever after the Prince Vineyard in Clarksburg. And what's specific also about Lake County as a region, it's got a volcanic soil, like in the Golan Heights, for instance, which gives, in terms of like minerals and fruit profile in general, a very specific profile to the wines, which is, quite different than the soil in New Zealand, for example, or in Bordeaux. I don't think there's a volcanic soil in Bordeaux.
No. Okay. All right, we're going to do the last wine. And of course, in keeping with our wonderful thoughts and prayers and love and affection for Israel, we're going to end with an Israeli wine for Yontif. This is the Israeli 21 Mediterranean 4 vats. It's 38% Caladoc, 24% Carignan, 18% Argaman, 8% Grenache, 6% Petit Syrah. Oh my gosh!
Are you done?
And 6% Shiraz. This is a heck of a blend. Let's see what this is like.
So yeah, this is one of those ultimate Israeli wines. It's called Mediterranean for a reason. All those varieties that are mostly thriving in Mediterranean climates. And Israel is obviously a Mediterranean country.
The only grape that I see here that is not completely focused on
Right.
is the Petit Verdot.
Correct.
And what's interesting also, it has a true Israeli wine, and that, I mean, a grape, and that's a wine that's only found in Israel, about 20% or 18% Argaman.
Right.
Let's take a look at the color and also the legs, which we've talked about a lot in the last two wines. Wow, the legs on this they stay up there, they're long, they're many-fold. It's also 14% alcohol. So you know that this is going to be a rich wine, flavorful wine, and it's got that almost 20% of Argaman, 18% of Argaman. Let's try with that pizza.
Now, another thing that I like about this wine, especially when you do like tasting and introducing people to Israeli wine, is that unlike you can take any great wine from Israel, a Bordeaux style blend, a Chardonnay, a Merlot. There are many great ones like those from Israel, but this is a wine I can I would take a bet. There's no wine anywhere in the world that shares the same blend.
What I also find interesting about
unique.
All three of these wines. Tell me about the pricing on all three of these wines.
Sure.
I know this is about $20,
Right?
How much is this?
I think it's like 25-ish.
$25,
Yeah.
And the Mediterranean Batch also not expensive.
It's between 30 and 40, like around $35. I would.
So they're all somewhat accessible,
Yes.
right?
These are not like
only
wines
in
are gonna break
flavor,
the bank.
and they're all mouth-filling.
Yes.
They all got big legs. They all got higher alcohols. But, sometimes when you have a higher alcohol, you also have an alcohol that dominates. And here, that's not the case. Here, the alcohol is a function of the wine. It gives it heft and middle mouth, but it really doesn't dominate at all. It's the fruit that dominates in all of these wines so
Yeah.
far.
And that's what they aim to create, and that's actually a trend that's going on across the board with Israeli wineries. They're more and more not only just mindful of where they are in terms of climate, this type of weather today. That's what they have like most of the year. But the Israeli consumer is also getting more into wines that are enjoyable throughout the year. That are enjoyable in their specific climate, and they are a little bit lighter in alcohol, a little bit lighter in body, that go great with the local cuisine. And wow,
But in these cases,
fantastic.
they're not lighter in alcohol. But the alcohol doesn't dominate.
Yeah.
The fruit dominates.
Great balance is great acidity to match the ripeness and the alcohol.
Well, I want to tell you, this has been a really great experience, and I think you can't go wrong. I mean, anybody who's planning their Shavuot, menu, you can't go wrong with these three wines. And there's so many others too. If you want a little bit of a richer, heavier, creamier, what I would call oilier white wine, go with Russian River. If you want, a lighter rosé, go with some of the stuff from Provence, like Chateau Rubin. And I don't know, I would just stick with this. This is just great.
Yeah,
but if you're having something really heavy, and it's not part of the Fleischig meals, maybe you'd go to one of the Herzog Reserves.
Oh yeah.
The Alexander, what's really tasting great? It's like a secret. Don't tell anybody about it. The Lake County, the new Lake County 21 cab. OMG.
Yeah.
It's less expensive than the Alex, and it's less expensive than the Napa. And man, what a mouthful!
Fantastic.
So I want to thank you, Gabe, for picking these great wines, and I want to wish everybody a great Yontif. And again, I want to take pause here for a moment and tell you that we're all hoping and praying for our brothers and sisters in all of Israel, and especially on the front lines, and the immediate and safe return of all the hostages. L'chaim. Good Yontif.
Chaim.